Hey there guys, just want to make a quick video on these two knives here. Well, hopefully it'll be quick. I'll probably be talking a lot since I've been waiting for these knives since I purchased them an earlier part of the month, and they were shipped out of Germany April 11th, and they just got here in New York yesterday. So 13 days, they were stuck in customs for about 8 days. They got to the country on the 16th. So yeah, 8 days in customs, and I was worried that they weren't going to get through customs. So I've got a couple of knives I'm looking at on eBay, but they're in, all sorts of parts of Europe, Germany, and Lithuania. A lot of the German surplus knives. Anyway, this is the Bantam X, and then you've got the Wader X. Let me put the boxes aside. These are from Andreas at Victorimods, and he makes amazing knives. So this is the Bantam X. This is the 84 millimeter Bantam with the addition of the scissors, the 91 millimeter scissors, since 84 millimeters don't exist in current production anymore. Now, there was a knife in the past that had this tool configuration. It was called the Voyageur, and that's one of my grail knives, and I've been trying to bid for them whenever I find them at an affordable price, but the last one I was bidding for sold for about $250, and I wasn't quite willing to pay that much in the condition that it was in. But right now, if you buy a Voyageur from eBay, it has a buy it now price of $450. So here we go. Let's listen to the snaps. Andreas said that this one snapped in the fashion that he was accustomed to, and he prefers working with Alox. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Wonderful. You could hear that already. Detent's very good. So I feel like this one, the scissors snap well when you lock it into this position, but you see that detent on the bottom, the spacer. It's a little different. Let's hear that snap in, because these are 91 millimeter scissors, so that's good once you get through that. He said that you have to take apart about 3 knives for this. There's apart from the Pioneer, you've got the Bantam, and I forgot the other one. Now, a lot of these knives will use parts from a Recruit, is what I'm told by other, in terms of other forums featuring them. The back spacer, you have to find the back spring because it's usually flush against the Alox here. So this was colored, I believe, with nail polish, and then he sanded it down because you've got the red shield, and the black Alox is all black. And very nicely done. It's a work of art. The Voyageur will have a keyring, and I would honestly say I would have preferred a keyring, but the Bantam doesn't come with a keyring, so of course this one doesn't. And some people don't like the keyring at all, but this is a tiny knife. I would have loved to have been able to put some kind of cord there. Also, maybe attach it to your keys. This is the Wader X, and I asked Andreas about a specific custom I had in mind, and he said he's at the moment he's kind of done with working with the Celador scales, as they're harder to deal with in terms of the scissors, I believe. But this is the Wader X, so it's a wader with the scissors. And he made, I don't know if he made the micarta scales himself, but these are micarta scales as far as I remember. And my nails are starting to chip from all the opening of these knives. Very nice snaps on most of the tools here. Andreas did give me a discount for the Wader X because he said that the knife is not snapping as much as to his standards, basically. So the scissors on this is actually much smoother than the Bantam X, and the combo tool is just fine for both. This one is what he wasn't too happy about. Let's take a listen to that. So you got to push it almost all the way through for it to go. Now it's not loose, but yeah, he said he was having some issues and found that it was harder to do what he was doing with the scissors on the waiter. So here are some beautiful plus scales that he made for this tool, and all red accented tools. Got your toothpick here, and I believe he had to change the top of the toothpick. Let me just pull out a toothpick. Yeah, so he had to shape and contour the toothpick to the scale. A little tight, but you've got a pen here as well, and he changed the profile on the top of that as well. So it just took off a little bit, if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller on the bottom. So he fitted some scale tools, which is very nice. And to keep up with the red accent, he put in the SIM card tool instead of the traditional eyeglasses screwdriver, the mini screwdriver. Really like the scales on that one. Surprisingly, this weighs more than this, I guess because of the scales as well as the corkscrew. This is a 2-ounce pocket knife, and this is 1.7 ounces. So in this size, I'm still hoping to get a, if possible, I missed my chance on that Swiss Bianco lumberjack, and I think now looking back that would have been a great deal. It was $200 though, so I didn't make the purchase. But looking at custom mods, you save a little bit of money on getting custom mods. These usually go for about €150 on his site or his Instagram account. Sometimes you'll sell knives for about €120, €130. And for us in the U.S., it's a lot of money on shipping, about $50 on shipping, he said, when he ships knives to the U.S. at the, with the tracking and everything in the timely manner. And still, even with that amount of shipping, these still came in the mail relatively about 2 weeks' time. So basically, with tax and shipping, this came out to about $150 and $130, something like that. So not cheap by any means, but a Voyageur is $450 on eBay. And I don't even know anybody that makes the Waiter X. And I've asked around a little bit now on American knife modders that make the Alox line, because I do, if the price makes sense, I would just want to get my lumberjack done as a custom piece. And if you guys know of any modders that specialize in Alox that charge a fair price, please please share that on the comments below. Again, these are from Andreas of Victorinox mods, and you can check out his Instagram, Victorimods, and Andreas has a YouTube channel as well. I'll put the link down below as well. So yeah, check him out, Victorimods. He specializes, and he's got a couple of knives up for sale right now, and I wish I had the funding for one of the knives he made, which is the Bantam X and the additional saw. So a 3-layer 84mm Alox. So it's like a lumberjack X, basically, a lumberjack with a pair of scissors. So beautiful tool. Just look at that size, nice and thin. I would have preferred a keyring, but I'm just happy to have these in hand to add to my collection. And I'm gonna, start thinking about mods. And I'll discuss that with you guys. I'll be modding my own things pretty soon, and I'm sure I'll have a couple of failures. I'll share that too. So wish me luck. I'll be making a couple of knives in 84mm no scissors, as very hard to come by. And so I'm not going to invest at the moment in any of the machines that would be required to manufacture the scissors from, or modify the scissors from 91mm. So at the moment, I'll just be working with 84 millimeters and specializing, hopefully, in the addition of the saw in a couple of models. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you later.